distance on it. Medahi. Looking long for deep. Omayele behind him. He just chooses to play it back into the middle of the park where Masala Merba will play it forward. Bausch. Deep inside him. Omayele. Switch of play and opened up by Merba. And that's nicely inside. And this is where Constantine could be so dangerous. Pull back. Really important cutout from Ngoma because Bencha was lurking and just primed to hit that. Well, that's in late and in behind and painful for Ateba. And Badrama pleading his innocence, trying to say that's the first one I got wrong. Ref, he's been booked just the once so far in the campaign, but never in the group stages. Badrama. Pretty untidy challenge, let's be honest. From the centre-back. He's managed to win his argument with the referee as well. Oh, well, looking inside, and not the best touch whatsoever from Laid Shaheen Belawel. Budrama's colleague at centre-back, but got away with it. Deep, beaten in the air by Malone. Mpanzu.
Come here. He's not passing the instruction.
The microphone dipped on the fourth official. That's nice, and that's forward. And in comes Ateba. Oh, he just couldn't get his feet right, Ateba. I think just as he was about to hit that with his right, he touched it ever so slightly with his left, which meant that he didn't get anywhere near like the connection he wanted. But he was in behind Lionel Ateba, the 25-year-old Cameroonian. Scored last time out. Away to Bravo Stormaki from a not dissimilar position. It's his first goal of the group stages, having also scored earlier in the competition against Al Ali Benghazi, the Libyan side. Bausch. Kagoma into Ngoma. Ahua. They really are in no hurry. Well, that's all broken up by Bencha, and then gets on his bike and goes. He's got Omayele and Deeb going forward as well. It's Deeb who's in more space, and he's picked out very nicely by Bencha. Excellent pass, and here's Deeb in to the middle. Super challenge coming in, and a really important one as well from Kapombe. Well, no wonder he's got his head in his hands, Deeb, because he was expertly found by Bencha. Look at that. Nice first touch as well from Deeb. But the desire and the hunger from Kapombe to get back. Very, very impressive. Just a toe. It was all that was needed. And you can see how close they thought Brahim Deeb, their talisman, was to opening the scoring. Good football from Constantine. Yeah, best move forward by quite some distance. Deeb takes the corner, swings it in, it's headed behind for another corner. On this occasion, he goes short to Ben Shaira. And Bausch with the delivery. Up to the back stick it goes, and well, contact from Ribiyi. Just not the cleanest. Ahua dropping very deep to get on the ball. Ngoma trying to switch it out over to that far side. Mpanzu, Kagoma, Ahua. Not too many pockets of space for Simba to play it into. So the team's back out, the referees back out as well.
Stop. I'm watching the card. If I can't, I can give you a yellow card, okay?
And you can hear very clearly that the officials looking out for time wasting. I think that's aimed at the Constantine players as we see the first change of the game. So Omayele is off and on comes Bel Hosseini. Abdenour Bel Hosseini, he's a attacking midfielder, the 28-year-old. Just his third appearance of the group stage, all of them as a substitute. He does bring goals with him. He scored against Bravos Domaki, the young. And it will be Bel Hosseini to very much lead the line, and instead of switching with Benchar, who can of course play up top and regularly does. So now the only tweak from either coach after the first half, in which Simba had several pot shots, let's call them. Well, Constantine failed to make Musa Camara work in the Simba goal. Well, the Tanzanian side have got themselves a corner. A reminder that they need to win this game if they're going to finish top of Group A. And that's go through, not just as the pool winners, but as one of the top seeds when the draw is made for the knockout phase. Ahua has been a central figure in this game. He's already put one on a plate for Ngoma. And this corner headed away by Deeb. And then Hussein catching his opposite man, but play on, says the referee. Mpanzu trying to work an opening. Benchaira will play it forward to Ribiyi. Well, they've yet to fully click, I think we can safely say, about Constantine. I think we'll probably see far more urgency should they drop behind. We're a fair way away from that. Ngoma forward into Kibu now. Nice turn from him. A couple of bites at him as well, but he's riding them. Dennis Kibu. Ahua, nice little turn from him. Strike a goal again. Well, he left his shooting boots at home. Jean-Charles Ahua. Plenty of efforts now. Most of the 7 attempts on goal have gone to Simba's number 10. But only once as he forced Buha Faya to make a save. Hamza joined the club last year as well from Supersport United in South Africa. We're seeing Bel Hosseini skip past him, only just straight into touch from Bel Hosseini. He had spells in Qatar and Tunisia, from where he left Club Africain to join Constantine. Deeb just touches it out to stop another Simba move coming forward, or gaining more ground. Malone, Cameroonian, to Hamza. Ngoma drifting forward, no challenge on him, clipping it round the corner, and he does well to find Mpanzu. And Mpanzu, well, they want a corner. There's going to be a goal kick and nothing more. But nice run that from Eli Mpanzu. Well found as well by Ngoma. That's the first touch, took him far too wide. Hussein wins the header. And then gets it back as well. Forward down the line to Kibu. Kibu just runs into Madahi. Kibu on the turn again. Into Ahua. Is he going to try his luck? He's possibly wary of having another go. Mpanzu floats it in over everybody, and Kibu's offside. The Tanzanian league has taken a break until early March, primarily with the Chan, or the African Nations Championship, which, as said, was supposed to be taking place in just under 2 weeks in mind. Of course, that competition now postponed. It'll be interesting to see what late May or early June, and restarting on the 1st of March. There's going to be a lot of games to squeeze in. Hussein. Kibu. Cut out well by Bellowell. Hussein again. Ngoma, the man who knows what it is to win the Confederation Cup, having done so with Raja Casablanca in 2021. Gets it back here, the 30-year-old. And this is better flowing football from Simba. Into the middle it goes, and behind for a corner. Ateba lurking. Bidrama had to make sure, and he gets the applause of his goalkeeper as well. Well, they are happy to bide their time, Simba. It'll be interesting to see what the last 10 minutes look like if they haven't managed to find a way through by then. Ahua with the delivery. In swinger. And Kibu goes up and he's good in the air. Fearful about having given away a foul, but it's play on, says the referee. I'm sure Hussein didn't really want to do that, but he's played it over there to Hamza. And the 21-year-old bringing camera into action. Something that Constantine are struggling to do. Ngoma. Well, he took a heavy touch and then tried to win the free kick, but Celso Alvassal, the Mozambican official, not buying that whatsoever. Kagoma. Long finding Ateba, a willing runner up front. And struggling to get past either Badrama or Bellowell today. Hussein. Ngoma. Ahua. They just keep on running into a green wall, the red shirts. It's about what Simba have got to break them down. And whether they'll keep on coming up with ideas or run out of them. Benchar. They're making hard work of it. Simba in trying to break down the Algerians, but the Constantine coach will be pretty happy. That's a nice ball from Kibu. Ateba in the middle, so too Ahua, headed away. Bel Hosseini completes the clearance for Constantine. And Shea Malone trudging back to build yet another Simba attack. Kibu. Strong tackle on Mpanzu, but he does really well. Chance here for Simba, and they can't take it. Well, it was one of the best they've had all game, and it possibly came to the man they didn't want, Shamari Kapobi, the right back. Not known for his goal scoring, but really nicely played in, and then just sliced and slashed at it. And that was a really good opening. It's a warning sign for Constantine, but they'll just keep doing what they've been doing. Trying to frustrate the Tanzanians. That's a lovely pass forward. Oh, the first touch exquisite. The second, so disappointing from Mpanzu. Lovely clipped ball into him. And he took it down so sweetly. Look at that. And then it was just what sort of volley. Undoubtedly put off by the on-rushing Baouche. Lovely football from Simba. Just a sign that possibly they're beginning to turn the screw a little bit. Out swinging corner. Up goes Kibu, who's so good in the air. And he just can't get over it, Kibu. We had Hamza behind him as well. And he's a real threat at set pieces. There's Kibu. He rose well here. There's always just a little bit too high, and in truth it probably was better suited for Hamza, who was just behind him. Ahua. Kibu again, taking on Madahi. Ateba in the middle. On the penalty spot, and they go deep. And here is Ateba. Well, it's a chance here for Simba. And once again, they cannot take it. Well, Mpanzu, with his second effort, blazed over the crossbar in as many minutes. Constantine on this occasion couldn't clear their lines. And it fell very nicely for him. And he could not control the volley. Eli Mpanzu started the last 3 Confederation Cup games for his first appearances of the season. He did only join in October from the AS Vita Club, of course. So it took a while to bed down Mpanzu. But he'll be hoping for a third opportunity to show what he can do. Well, Kibu surely fouled that. And Simba, well, they take the free kick quick on this occasion. Ateba into Ngoma. And that just about sums up most of the shooting that we've seen from Simba so far. They have definitely managed to work a fair few opportunities. And with that and more economic finishing. They really should be ahead. Chance after chance for the Tanzanians. They've only actually had 5 players score for them this season. Kibu, Ateba, Ahua, Hussein, and really, I said earlier, that was an attempted cross that went in. And Edwin Balua. So 4 real scorers, and you need to have spread them around in the team, ideally. Might explain why Simba have just the 6 goals from that game so far. Been told he needs to get off the pitch. He's missed a minute of the group stage action so far. Lai Shaheen Bellowell turned 24 at the end of last year. And a regular, both in the Confederation Cup side for Constantine and the league as well. Deeb can't make any ground. And Panzu, a lot livelier in this second period than he was in the first. He just needs somebody to take one of the chances that they are creating. Kagoma. None of them so far fall in the way of Ateba, the team's main striker. Here's Ahua, who's had a ton of efforts on the Constantine goal. Mpanzu opening it up to Ngoma. Ngoma back to Ngoma. Ateba in the middle. The height of the 2 central defenders for Constantine, a real problem in terms of getting decent ball to Ateba. Nice layoff from Mpanzu. Oh, what a strike that is from Dennis Kibu. Well, they missed chance after chance after chance, and it's fallen to their main man, and he has produced an absolute rocket. Dennis Kibu to give Simba the lead against Constantine and to take them top of the pile in Group A as well. And that was a howitzer from the 26-year-old. Lovely layoff into him, and he did not hesitate whatsoever. His 4th of the season in the Confederation Cup, Kibu, and surely his best of the bunch as well. Look at this. It goes into Mpanzu, who just lays it off very sweetly, and look at that for a strike. Head down, over the ball, over his knee, thump. And finally, Buhal Fire is beaten. And finally, we have the goal that this game needs. And it was a beauty from Dennis Kibu. And smiles at last on the face of Musa Kamara. And finally, all the pressure tells from Simba. And it came from, let's be honest, one of their hardest chances. But that was as sweet a strike as you'll see from Dennis Kibu. And now, what will we see from Constantine? If they want to go through, top of the pile, they need to score, and will obviously mean they will leave spaces at the back that Simba can exploit. So now we have a very interesting game, which is far more in the balance than it was before, because Constantine need a goal and Simba obviously will need the second, but we've not seen too much desire whatsoever from Constantine to score. Prior to this, it was very much, we've got a point and that's what we'll go home with. Ribby going into the book and looking a little bit lost as well, as he eyes up the referee as to understand why. Challenge him behind Mpanzu. We've seen far worse nonetheless. Not warranted. Going into the referee's notebook, 3 players now from Constantine who have been booked. Just Kibu for Simba. Hamza looking long for Kibu. Wins the header above Medahi. So, as it stands, Simba, top of Group A with 13 points. Constantine, second on 12. Nice footwork from Mpanzu. But he's second half. He's already had 3 shots on goal. Look at that. As another strike comes in. It's time from Ahua. They are racking them up. That's the 15th shot on target. Well, not on target, on goal. I think Ahua must have had half of them. Let's see what Constantine have got. There we go. There is the table and confirmation that Simba have leapfrogged Constantine with that goal. Half an hour or so to go. A lot can happen, of course. Athletic clearance from Hussein. As Davids, the Simba coach, just tells his players to calm down. He will be delighted to go through top of the pile here. And Iradine Madoui. Well, he's already made one change. He's going to bring on the man who scored last week as well. At home to Sfanxian. Muda Tamina, a really nice strike from the edge of the area for the 23-year-old striker. And they need a presence up top because Bel Hosseini is not providing it. Omayele was marginally more of a presence in the first period. Ben Shaira trying to feed deep, but that's well played by Kabombi. And they give it away, and Deep will bring it forward for Constantine. Belawal. A reminder that Constantine have scored in every game they play, but they've got defending to do now. Oh, he should have played it in, surely, first time in Panzu because Ateba was free. He didn't. Bausch angry with the assistant referee. This will be the change. Tamim can now indeed come on for Constantine. So let's see. Well, they're going to be a handful of changes, 3 in all. Well, Deeb is coming off. You don't often see that. His creativity gone. 8 goals and 5 assists from his previous 21 games. They won't be able to rely on that for now. So Tamim, Munda Tamim, the 23-year-old striker, is on. Rebi'i on a yellow, coming off. He's replaced by Fetela Taha, 30-year-old midfielder. And Salifu Tapsoba, defensive midfielder, just 22 years of age, is on Ben Shaira. Also vacating the park, Ben Shaira, really subbed. But he's off on this occasion, the 32-year-old. So, 4 changes for Constantine as we enter the 4th and final quarter of the game. Can they spark the Algerians into life, because they've been pretty flat? I know it was surely a game plan just to hold on to the point, but they now need to come out of their shell. Free kick Constantine's way. Medahi taking the armband with both Deeb and Vice-Captain Ben Shaira having vacated the field. Kapombi, been with the club since 2017 now. Lots of experience in the Champions League with Simba. Like this man, Hussein Ahua. And Ngoma just dropping back in to fill in defence as Malone pushed it a little higher. Nice turn from Ahua. Played in and out to Hussein. Hussein will keep this in. Ahua again. And Panzu. Another heavy touch from him. Hussein, not such a heavy touch. Killed it dead. Well, you can see the coaching staff, Constantine, asking for more from their side. Unsurprisingly so. They really do need a spark, and it's hard to see where it's going to come from at present. Hussein, the Simba skipper. Triangles from the Tanzanians. Ateba. Well, there goes really important touch that to take it away. Mpanzu trying to tee up Ahua. It comes to Kibu. Still Kibu! Ah, standing save from Buhafaya. And Kibu beats the ground in frustration. He did well to work the opening. He was close in on goal and he knew exactly what he wanted to do. Look, he managed to turn Baouche and he got the strike away. And a little bit of good positioning and a really smartly stuck out leg as well from Buhafaya. Didn't know too much about it, but put his body in the way. And that's why, because you can get a vital touch and it really did kick up high and over the net. Kibu looking for his second, which would surely take the game out of sight for Constantine. Hussein. Malone. Looking for Ahua. And it's going to be a Constantine throw. Medahi forward, looking for Belhasini. Belhasini still going with it. Baouche couldn't pick it up in the flow that he wanted to. Another who knows what it is to be part of a Confederation Cup winning team, having been with USM Alger, the Algerians, when they triumphed in 2023. He played some games earlier in the competition, not in the knockout phase though, Baouche. Nicely forward. Ahua just trying to wait for the ball, but taken off his toes. And then Camera comes out smartly to go clear. And then Kibu. Oh, good battle this with Medahi. He's got Ateba in the middle if he can find him, and he had the vision to try and pick out Lionel Ateba. Did Dennis Kibu. Coming straight into a Constantine player. But excellent awareness from the Tanzanian. So another set-piece opportunity for Jean-Charles Ahua. And Simba will hope to get in and on the end of this. Into the middle it goes again. Headed away by the first man, Belhosseini. Taken off his toes. Ahua again. Well, it'll be a Simba throw despite the claims of Belhosseini and others. Kibu. And another Simba throw. Ngoma. Back into Ahua. Ngoma switch a play into Mpanzu. Malone. Ngoma just gets his pass away to Mpanzu. Bit of space for Ngoma. Forward to Mpanzu, looking to play it inside the fullback again. Here they go. There's a man in the middle. This is surely a chance to make it 2. How did he miss that? Kibu looking for his second, and to wrap it up for Simba. Just bobbles and bounces it over the net, and that was another very, very presentable opportunity for Simba. It was bobbling, and he hit it into the ground and failed to hit the target. Unmarked, 8 yards out. Well, chances don't come much better than that. And we will break for the second cooling break as well. And what a time that would have been for Simba to get their second. Well, he's going to be saying, let's do more of the same, but let's take the chances that come our way. Fadlu Davids. And he's still shaking his head. Dennis Kibu. I'm sure he'll be smiling if it ends in Simba's favour. Especially after his stunning goal to break the deadlock, the goal that separates the sides, of course. Or can Ayreddine Madoui galvanise his side into something more? The former Algeria international. He needs to get more of a tune out of them. Beaten just once in Group A by Bravos Domaki. And 7 goals in their last 2 games coming into this match. But they have really troubled the Simba goal. And by my reckoning, they have yet to have a shot even on or off target, Constantine. So if they do get something out of this game, and Simba do not make the most of the 15, 16, 17 chances that have come their way, they will only have themselves to blame. The clock is ticking. We've yet to see any resumption in actual on-time playing action. And Gomo with the header. They'll go back to Buhalfaya. Called up by Algeria coach Vladimir Petkovic at the end of the last year in the October Nations Cup qualifiers, but never got on the field. The experienced figure of Madahi, over 200 appearances in the Algerian league, will just play this forward, but loses the ball. And Panzu putting himself about again. Can't hold on to it, and Constantine will launch this forward again. Well, the chase is on for Tamid. He's barely seen much of the ball since he's come on. And that's down the line. And Panzu inside him. Just so much space for these Simba players to play into. Into the middle it goes, and Ateba must score, does score. And surely that will seal the victory for Simba, who, with just over 10 minutes on the clock, go 2 goals clear. And is that enough to ensure that they go through as the Group A winners at the expense of the Algerians, Constantine, the team that they are beating? Well, finally, a chance came the way of Simba's main striker, Lionel Ateba. Played into him early. Medahi got a block in on the first effort from Ateba, but it came very, very nicely to the Cameroonian. And he wasn't going to miss from there. And Tanzania are very much on course to finish top of the pile in Group A, and the celebrations and the smiles could come out. And that was little more than Simba deserved for all their relentless one-way traffic forward. There will certainly be things to work on for the coach in terms of finishing, but he'll be mightily relieved that they finally have a 2-goal cushion. Ateba's 3rd of the campaign, his 2nd of the group stage. And it's very, very hard to see a way back for Constantine from here. Well, this will be, if it stays like this, the Algerians' heaviest defeat of the group phase. Only lost by 1 when going down to Bravos Stomaki. With 10 minutes left, they have, as said, yet to test Moussa Camara with any sort of strike in the Simba goal. And now they do send numbers forward. Can they give themselves something to hold on to for the final few minutes? No Brahim Deeb on the field, so swung in by another. And Camara gathers the delivery from Taha. And we'll just set Simba forward on their way again. There we go. Oh, that's really changed in that graphic from the last time we saw it. It's just the goal difference getting better for Simba, even though that's fairly academic in truth. Given teams get separated on the head-to-head record, as in how they fared against one another, rather than on goal difference. It does come down to goal difference should they end level, but that's an impossibility on this occasion. They've had so much of the ball. It'll be very interesting to see the possession statistics for Simba at the end of the game, because at times it's been like a training exercise. They've had so much of it. Just a very, very flat display from the Algerians. And with their league on a break, it's a little hard to work out why. I wonder if the conditions and the heat and the humidity has taken its toll on the North Africans. It's not been at its warmest in recent times. camera. Well, Ahua, having missed with all his half dozen or so chances, must be absolutely delighted his team up 2 goals to the good. Panzu. Well, there are the possession stats. Look at that. Over 2/3 of the ball for Simba. Just a third in contrast for Constantine, but it does reflect the dominance of the team in red. Hamza finding Ngoma. Kapombi. Pushed high from fullback again, and Panzo an option inside him. And dispossessed. And then one back as well. Really good play from the Simba man. Switcher play. Just over Kibu. Nice idea. Trying to find some space over on the opposite flank. So a chance for Davids to make some changes. And why not? Because this game is surely as good as one. Well, Ngoma will be coming off, so to Ahua. And amongst us coming on, Edwin Balua, the winger. Valentin Numa, a left back. And Deborah Fernandez, the central midfielder. He will just slot in where Ngoma was playing Fernandez. Oh, Balua, we've not seen him since match day 2. We'll be absolutely delighted to get on the left winger. Scored in round 2 against Al Ali Benghazi. And Ladaki Chisambi also making it on. Alongside Valentin Numa. His 3rd group stage appearance for Chisambi, the 20-year-old winger as well. And where's this yellow card going? Well, it's going to Kagoma. No bookings for him. Loose challenge and fairly reckless from Kagoma and Madahi. Five minutes to go. And if Constantine are going to get anything out of this game, they surely need to score now. Headed away by Mpanzu, excuse me, and put it back into the middle. Kibu. I was going to say Kibu, excuse me. Numa. Putting his head in. The Burkinabe, just 24 years of age, Valentin Numa. Madahi. Nice little turn that from Faha. Into the middle it goes. Headed away. And then it comes back in. Camera will just take his time. Chose to keep it in play. Could have let it go out and just run down the clock. Well, he's doing a little bit of that. You get the feeling that Constantine could play all day without troubling the Simba goal. Numa. Over the top, that's lovely. Into Mpanzu. He's working really hard to make the space. Mpanzu, he doesn't get his shot away. Well, he had a chance to do so. Didn't take it. And another Simba opportunity to find the back of the net goes begging. So much time on the ball for the men in red. Numa. Off he goes. Solid crunching tackle coming in from Madahi. Taha. Good drama. And then straight down the middle and over hit and over Belhosini as well. Well, you have to go back to the 27th minute of this game for when Constantine last put together a proper attack. That was when Benchar superbly played in deep, who was just about to pull the trigger when dispossessed by Kapombe. And that is the closest the visitors have got to troubling the Simba goal. Well, we wait for more referees. Referee just making sure Madahi is okay. But more changes coming for the Tanzanians. Lionel Ateba departing the field. He'll be delighted to have got amongst the goals and gets the congratulations of Dennis Kibu, Mzamiru, Saidi Yassini coming on. And he's not going to score too many easier than that, in truth. Ateba, got to get yourself in the right place, of course. And he departs the field with smiles and 3 Confederation Cup goals for the season. Kagoma also leaving the pitch as Lua belatedly comes on. Plenty of changes for the home side. As we enter the 90th minute, and all eyes will be on how much additional time there will be. And then the smiles will break out at the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium for Simba, who have gained revenge for their defeat to Constantine on match day 2. They just need to hold out for the remaining 4 minutes. Nice check inside. Is this going to be the moment? It isn't. It's a free kick on the edge of the area. Will this, as said, be the moment when Camera finally forced to make a save in the Simba goal? It really is now or never for Constantine. They are far from knocking on the door. This would be pretty much out of nowhere, but let's see how they get on. Daddy El Hossein Mwaki standing over it. 2 goals in the group stages, home and away against Bravo Stomaki. Strike at goal and strike on target. And finally, in stoppage time, Constantine do have an effort on goal. And it's taken until the 91st minute for it to happen. Straight at Camera, who didn't deal with it too well, let's be truthful. Conceded in the corner, but that's been headed away. Touch back from Chasambi. And then they go long and looking out wide. That's nicely through the middle, but overhit for Kibu. Balua looking to play in. The man who broke the deadlock in stunning style, Dennis Kibu. Well, it always seems to find its way to a player in red. Very cool touch from Camera. As they look long. And Numo wins the header and then goes to chase on his own knock-on as well. Madahi down the line. Fernandez. Good strength to win that. Oh, Constantine looking much more up for it. With only 90 seconds left on the clock, where was this sort of energy in the preceding 90 minutes? Well, the move breaks down. And as ever, Simba spoiled for options when coming forward with men offered in space. Well, Baloa can't get on the end of that, and Constantine, well, surely that's offside. It is indeed, luckily so for Camera, who misjudged the ball. If you were generous, you could say perhaps he knew that the flag was already up. Either way, that's not the most impressive attempt to beat an offside trap. Well, it'll be a very grim flight back to Algeria for Constantine, because there's very, very little for them to take away as a positive from this game. I think we can just say it's one that got away from them. And possibly that weather conditions just too much for the Algerians to handle on the day, because they have not been their normal selves. The 4 minutes of additional time are up. And Simba, you're on the verge of landing the victory they were so desperate to achieve before the game. And that's it. The whistle blows and Simba have beaten Constantine to go top of Group A above the Algerians and ensure that they finish top of the pile in the group and will be amongst the top seeds when the draw is made for the quarter-finals, which will get underway in March. Dennis Kibu broke the deadlock after Simba had missed chances aplenty, and he did so in stunning